What have we improved in our country with the loans, yet the people are still in agony? Yeah, we can say, yeah, we have taken loans, we have built, we have very beautiful buildings, we have beautiful bridges, we have a beautiful SGR, and what the other? We have jets. Yeah, we have well-paying jobs. Somebody takes a loan to pay people because the Kenyans will still return that loan. We are not allowed to speak the truth. We are not allowed to speak the truth in Kenya. We are not allowed to speak the truth on how things are and how annoying they are and what we can do with it. You see, nobody. We are not allowed to speak the truth. And actually, if you speak the truth, you are sabotaged. You cannot make a difference between lies and truth. These days, you cannot differentiate between the lies and the truth. The lies nowadays is becoming a talk of the day. Lies, like a leader, a church leader, a political leader, a government leader, a parent can stand and lie just in public, openly. They can tell you things are not going right, but they are looting openly. So you cannot differentiate the truth and the lies. And now the lies is more than truth because it is practiced every single day. It's a talk of the day. People are becoming used to lies until you cannot tell them the truth. People are getting very much used to lies. So even if you tell somebody, you know what, that person is lying, you will be beaten or hated or segregated. 3 things will happen to you: beaten, hated, or segregated. Yeah. Just because you say, you know, that person is lying, that is not the truth. You cannot differentiate. And that is the confusion that is in the world right now. Because somebody comes with their own assumption, gives us assumption, and we live by assumption. So that you don't have any detailed information on what an action or what a certain statement is going to turn out into at the end of it. So, being that we are used to lies, who is going to save the world? Who is going to save the earth? Who is going to tell us how to live? We are, because of the lies, now we don't trust any other person. Like, you know, this is a liar like me. That is a liar just like me. And that is why even in the government, President Ruto cannot address Gachagua or Kindiki or Koome or any other leader or MP or a minister. They cannot be addressed directly like, this is evil or this is immoral. So you face the charges because of your immoral action. No, you cannot address those people. Why? Because the president also engage in day-to-day immoral activities. He knows, and that is why he cannot kosoa, he cannot correct a situation, or he cannot talk to any other person over the evil or immoral activity they are doing, which is lowering the dignity of our nation. Why should the government lie to its citizens? Why should the government leaders lie to its own citizens? The government is lying to its own citizens. Like right now, we have what we call task force. Task force is a quick fix over what the agony or what is currently happening in the streets with Gen Zs. And actually, this is not about Gen Zs, but this is about a Kenyan who is tired. Tired of what? Tired of lies. Which lies? Tumetenga Unaelewa? Lies and like we are representing you. No theft that is taking place in government offices, no bribery, no what. But when we walk to those offices, these are the things we encounter every single moment. You cannot get a job without bribing somebody. You cannot be accepted to take a contract because you haven't given a certain amount of money. You cannot do this or that. Yeah? But the government tells you, like, we are here for you. We are here to make things straight. We are here to create jobs. We are creating jobs abroad. You see, promises, lies, and lies. Why? What is the reason for the government to lie to its own citizens? And the answer is simple. Because of their own selfish interest. Somebody want to invest in Thailand, somebody want to invest in the US, and another thing is the kind of the promises they make with other leaders from civilized countries or civilized continents. Now they want to force us to align with their vision so that they can accomplish what they want with the leadership from another continent. We are actually used as puppets to help somebody, an individual, to fulfill their own investments, to accomplish their own achievements that they have made with another continent leadership. You see, they are lying to you that we are helping you, but for real, they are not ready to move the continent to the next level. We have the leadership makes unrealistic promises. A leader can stand and tell the citizens that we are creating jobs where? Abroad. And how can we create jobs abroad? That is not our country, that is not our continent. You see? And how comes you as the leader create jobs abroad? You see? Because in the US, they have their own people who need to work. Why can't we learn from their strategy of growth and try to borrow some ideas that we can implement in our country to grow and employ our own people in our own country? Why can't we increase the value of things that we have so that we can employ the same people in the same continent, in the same country, to grow our economy and even to have more people wanted outside there to work, wanted. Like I think during coronavirus, we wanted the Cuban doctors to come in Kenya and help settle our corona situation in our hospitals. You see, we wanted them. The leadership of Cuba did not create jobs in Kenya for their doctors to come. It is Kenyans that wanted the Cuban doctors. It is Kenyan that wanted the Indian doctors. You understand? Why can't we increase the value of what we have so that people will admire the value, so that they can go and offer services, render services, and then they come back to their country? Why? Because leaders are ready to satisfy their own selfish interest. What are these loans for? Like right now, there's a statement that is coming out. I'm not very sure, but there's a statement that is coming out that we, as the country Kenya, have a debt of about 12 trillion. As a country, we have a debt of about 12 trillion. 12 trillion. Hey, 12 trillion. What is that for? Like, we are only 55 million people. You see, the government want its own citizen to live in a life of fantasy, living on the sky. Like, we are developed. We are on top. Yeah, it's like when somebody has finished university and graduated with a bachelor's degree and sees a class 8 as a stupid person. Yeah? You think you're built, now you are on top. You see other people as is. So like people like Sudi says that go to other countries. Yeah? Go to other countries and you will find that Kenya is on top. On top on what? On top of the mountain, or on top on based on what? When we import everything, on top on what? 12 trillion is on madeni. So that means if we have to get back this madeni, we have to sell our assets. So if we sell our assets and settle their madeni, what will we have? What will we have, Mr. Sudi? What do you think that we are going to have? Tutakuwa tunajivunia na nini as a continent or as a country? Yeah? If the whole continent has about 1.2 billion people, the whole 55 countries, is it 55 countries in Kenya, in Africa, has only 1.2 billion people, but a country has borrowed 12 trillion. Just a country has borrowed 12 trillion. China, with a population of about 1.2 billion people. 1.2 billion people. This China can support Kenya, can give loans to Uganda, can give loans to Nigeria. They are investing in Congo, DRC. They are investing in South Africa. They are constructing roads. They are doing big projects in Africa, in more and more especially giving loans. China, a population of 1.2 billion people, and Kenya, a population of 55 million people. What is going on? Like, what? Why are we living on the sky when we can lower our ego and ask ourselves, this is our continent. What do we need to do to rise? We have education. Tick. We have a land, fertile land, yes. We have skills, yes. What do we have again? I think these are the most important assets. How are we using these assets for the benefit of the 55 million people? You understand? So these are just lies piling up every single day, piling up and piling up and piling up. So now we are being pushed again, according to the statement of President William Samoei Ruto, that says we need about 1 trillion because of the finance bill that has been cancelled or suspended. Because of that, again, we need about 1 trillion to make it 13 trillion. And we have properties destroyed during the protests that cost us about 3 billion. So we need about 1.3 trillion to start again the country. You see? So in total, we need about that. We will have a debt of about 14 trillion. 14 trillion. A debt. and the population is 55. What is that for? What is that for? As a country of 55 million people, why do you want to make us feel like we are international? Why do you want to compare 55 million with the GDP of America? You see, we are not Americans, we are in Kenya. What is the problem of us not to build all the way from down? Why are we building from up down? Because that is basically what is going on. So, can the loans develop our country? No. So, what does it tell you? What if we take away the NGOs from Kenya? Do you think we will have more employment in Kenya? No. So, which means, are we not under colonialism? And somebody says no. What makes you think that we are not under slavery of the black man? What makes you think so? So our leaders are really messing up. They are using this country kama chama tu, kama chama ile ya merry go round ama ile ya kukopa pesa kwa bank. Yeah. Na ukikopa pesa kwa bank unakuanga na security. Sindio? Or you need the guarantors. So guarantors, we have Kenyan people. We have Mr. Sudi, billionaires. We have Chungwa, billionaires. We have other billionaires. So they travel all to US and tell the US tupatie loan. Nikikosa kulipa huyu atalipa tu. Lakini so unajua pia niko na watu 55 million. Au tena niwanikilisie tu kidogo and then I'll get your loan back. So don't worry. Even too, that is how they negotiate their business uko. So huyu mwananchi ako hapa chini, why are you oppressing your own black man? Why are you trying to make the Kenyan people's life to look like we are under slavery? You see, when you have the capacity to control the resources that we have within, what have we improved in our country with the loans, yet the people are still in agony? Yeah, we can say, yeah, we have taken loans, we have built, we have very beautiful buildings, we have beautiful bridges, we have a beautiful SGR, and what the other? We have jets. Yeah, we have well-paying jobs. Somebody takes a loan to pay people because the Kenyans will still return that loan. If still we have people who are complaining about jobs, then what are the 12 billion done? I mean, not billion, trillion. Why are the people still complaining when the president knows that within this economy we have a debt of about 12 trillion? The question is, what have so far, how has the 12 trillion been used? And why do you think still up to now people are in agony? People are still complaining and people are confused. Like, what is the next move? They lack conscience about that. If we have a good resource management, money management, why do we have people traveled abroad to work when we have money here? Mr. President, my last question to you. Is there a way that we can create our economy to work for us in our country? Is there a way we can create jobs in our country? Is there a way so that you can stand and tell us, in Kenya, there is no way we can make jobs, only abroad that we can make jobs? So that we are aware that in Kenya, no jobs, Kenya, nothing. So we be patient knowing that president is making a way for jobs, job opportunities in another countries, in another continents, not in this continent. So I know you are listening to this kind of conversation and you are listening to my talks. The one thing I want to tell you is do not find yourself be a victim of lies. Your pastors are lying every single day telling you heaven is real. And when they die, we see them buried on the ground. Yeah, they are convincing us that the spirit goes. They don't even know if spirit goes or not. Yeah. So they stand on the pulpit and they use the same method the politicians are using. Those are the pastors. So lies just begin all the way from our parents, and we are still graduating our lies. A pastor can tell you, look at you like this, and tell you it seems like you are possessed and you need deliverance. Na ndio uvunje hiyo madhabahu, you need 10,000. Pastor na muganga, no difference. They all want to make money at the end of the day, and they don't care about your well-being. Yeah, go enda ukope pesa if you love your life. So unaenda unakopa pesa because you love your life, and at the end of the day unapeana kwa pastor, anavunja mapepo, anavunja nyota yako, anavunja progress yako, anavunja kila kitu yako, then you remain still. God, why? This is the same strategy the government is using. So if we have to do away with the bad governance, then we have to do away with the church beliefs and the church doctrines and the church system, because these two things are working together. Finally, let me tell you this, that this is to the church and to the government leaders. What you think you are telling us now and you think is true to you might change tomorrow. What you believe in today might not have the same meaning tomorrow. So you got to set people free to seek, to learn, and to grow by themselves. Stop compelling us to conform with what you believe or what you want. Let us know that this is a gap that each and every other person need to involve and solve. Not building castles on the air, but having a concrete step for the sustainability of our economy, of our lives, for growth and development of ourselves as well as the country. That is our business.